Alright, I am back with another part of the British Empire series, and last time we once again ended our war with France. I don't know how many times we've gone to war with them so far, but it seems to be never ending. Although there was a slight difference with the previous war, we came out of it with land of our own. The British Empire has finally rewarded us for our efforts, and we have a castle. Although, to be honest with you, I don't know if it was out of fear for what we started doing or whether they actually respect us. Whether they respect the fact that I was willing to do what no one else was and execute Louis the 14th. Or they may just be fearing for their own head and they don't want me to execute them. Not that I would. I mean, our British generals, they are our allies in this war. And we serve the King of Britain loyally. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to rebuild our army. We need to get our strength back up. And then also, we need to look into building the garrison of this castle. Because when the next war breaks out, considering it's on mainland Europe, it's probably going to be the first castle targeted by our enemies. Well, it is time to expand the Gwaggles clan. While we're rebuilding our army, building our garrisons, we also need more family members. So we have decided to finally get married. As I mentioned in a previous part, we need children and we need to name them all Gwaggles and we need to create the Gwaggles dynasty. If my legacy is to live on through history, we need children to carry on our name. Well, this is the part of the video where I tell you the British Empire is once again at war. Our time of peace has come to an end. But the results may surprise you. Who knows who we're at war with? Well, it turns out we are at war with the Germans this time. I bet deep down a lot of you were thinking, oh no, not another war with France. But no, this time George of the Germans, I mean that's what it says, George of the Germans, has declared war on the British. John has already created an army. That is probably John Fitzgerald based in Dublin because everyone else in Britain is broke right now. We seem to be going through a bit of an economic crisis. But if we take a look, we can stop waiting in our garrison. This is what we're dealing with. Not good, to be honest with you. Not good at all. The Germans are quite a mighty faction. They go as far south as Italy. They go as far east as... Oh, God, here we go. Vienna. Vienna. Is that Austria? And also, is that Croatia? I may have just got my European history completely messed up. Who knows? But either way, they spread quite far around Europe. That's my point. If we take a look at the Kingdom Diplomacy tab, they're nearly 10,000 in strength. This is gonna be a bit concerning. If we were to end the war right now, we would be paying them 12,000 a day, which is not something we can afford. In terms of size, we're not far off each other. They have a couple more towns and a few more castles. But I think the only way we're going to stop the Holy Roman Empire is probably by executing them as well. I don't think there's any other way we're going to be able to put a stop to a faction of this size. I think we're going to have to go on a bit of a scouting mission because I need to know exactly where they are assembling and where they're going to march. I'm assuming they're going to go for this castle up here. It is the closest to their border and it's not very well defended. Well then, we're off to a great start in this war. The Germans have assembled an army. They are 700 strong. They are marching to besiege our castle. I have come to aid the defenders. I want to help turn the tide of battle. I want to give them a chance. And what has happened? I've approached the gates and the guards have told me to go do one. They have forbidden me from entering the castle. It's because the leader, the clan, the Churchill clan, are not a fan of the Gwaggles clan. Probably due to my recent executions. Well, what can I say? I guess you're on your own. You try to help a fellow soldier out and they just throw it straight back at you. So I'm going to loop around the enemy and I'm just going to leave. There is no point in me staying any longer. And there you have it. The castle has fallen. Well, what do you expect when they won't allow me to help aid the defenders? Well, if we take a look at the diplomacy tab, we are off to a poor start. We're only 8 days into this war and we've already lost land. The remains of the German army are once again on the move. Not too sure where they're targeting next. My castle is just down the road. They've got backup. There's another German army. They are now besieging the next town in their way, and soon it will just be my castle. Once this town falls, that's it. This is our only bit of land in mainland Europe. All of our progress against the French is being undone by the Germans. John has arrived with his own army. He's going to attempt to retake our castle, but that's all he could muster up, 350 troops. The Germans have already shown that they can muster up over 1,000. And just like that, another settlement falls, and the Germans are not done there. They are on the move once again. And so it begins. The last stronghold in mainland Europe. Can we make our final stand? Can we put a stop to the German advances now? This isn't even the army we were just watching. This is another army again that has come from Germany. I don't know how we're going to put a stop to them. I'm on the verge of being bankrupt, so we need to defeat them because I'm going to need all the battle loot and gold I can get. If we take a look, if we join the defense, you can see I've stacked the garrison a little bit. We do have some sort of army here. One thing I said I was going to do for siege defenses is put on the grenades. There's no point carrying a musket into battle. We're going to stack ourselves full of grenades. And well, we are just going to unleash holy hell on the Germans. We're going to throw everything we have to put a stop to them once and for all. Well, this isn't ideal. The reinforcements from King George's army has arrived. So now we are being besieged by over 1,000 Germans. There are also 14 enemy leaders. If we can take down this army, we could cripple the Germans and put a stop to all of their advances. But we are outnumbered nearly 3-1. Damn those Germans! They built a catapult just to destroy my ballista and now they're ready to attack? Really? Really? They must have seen the devastation I caused against the French with that ballista and now they want nothing to do with it. So they have a half-damaged catapult, they have a ram, they have one siege tower. Well, let's give it our best defense, I guess. Soldiers of Britain, this is where we make our stand. To the walls, men! To the walls! Where are you all going? What are you all doing? Why do I have 300 soldiers stuck on the ground? Up on the walls, men! I need every rifleman here, right now! All of the progress we have made is all going to be undone by the decisions the AI have made this day. I'm trying to destroy the battering ram, but it might be too close to the gate for us to hit. What's the damage like, lads? Yep, okay, we're not putting a stop to that. Maybe one of the side ones can put a stop to it. As for the army, I don't know what they're doing. Now you've arrived. Now the army has decided to show up ready for battle. Damn you. Damn you all. The kill feed is nice and green at the moment though, so that's kind of promising. As for the German army, well, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do. The ram is about to hit the front gate. The Germans are on the bridge, but they're quite spread out, so I fear it'd be a waste of grenades if I was to use them now. The siege tower is probably making its way around the back, if not already at the wall. We'll have to take a quick look. Where is this siege tower, actually? Oh, the siege tower is broke. Hold on. I need to move as quick as possible. I didn't realize we had taken down the tower. The kill feed is green. We are making our stand. This is it, soldiers of Britain. Do not fear the Germans. Yeah, I almost fell off the wall. That wouldn't have been ideal. They're trying to climb the ladders right now, which means they should all be bundled at the bottom, and I can take full advantage of this. We have 20 grenades to cause absolute devastation. If I can cripple the German morale and put a stop to their forces once and... Hold on. Who are you? Get out my castle! Lads, why are we letting them inside? Oh no. This is going to be devastating. There are simply too many of them. I have the grenades, but I can't be everywhere at once. If I can help the front gate and put a stop to their advances there, maybe we can then rotate and put a stop to them on the walls. I fear it may be too late though. They're already inside and firing at us. If I take a look at the power bar at the top, my army is all but gone. There are probably about 10 of us remaining. The morale of the Germans doesn't seem to be falling. Regardless of how many we blow up, they just don't care. They keep coming. Oh no. Back! Back, I say! Back! I shall not fall today! Okay, I think I'm falling today, lads. Maybe one final grenade. Okay, I was gonna just blow us all up. And we have lost the battle. All the progress we have made in Europe has been undone. The Germans have come along and completely wiped us out. I managed to kill over 200 of them, but they just didn't care. They just kept coming. And we have been taken prisoner by King George himself. John failed to retake the castle. His army is slightly crippled. They're about 100 less than what they originally marched with. He's going to attempt to retake my castle, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. All it's going to take is one of these German armies to do a U-turn, and John is going to join me in shackles. I have managed to escape from captivity, but I can't say the same for John. He tried to retake our lost land, but it's just not good enough. I have no choice but to retreat back into Britain and attempt to rebuild some sort of an army, although I have lost all of my gold. I've lost everything, my land. What do I have anymore? I don't really know. The Germans have followed me into Britain. Another problem that we have, the Germans have stolen my gun. Because it was sitting in my inventory at the time and not equipped, they have actually taken my musket. I'm left with nothing but grenades and a sword. All I can say is I kinda wish it was the French that declared another war on us. I really was not prepared for what the Germans were about to bring. They're still with a strength of 8,000. They've taken one of our towns and 2 of our castles. They currently have 7 of us locked up, and 4 of those 7 are John's. I don't know what it is about John, but the Germans seem to have a thing against them. In terms of casualties inflicted, we're at about 2,500 right now. So at the moment, King George has yet to leave Britain. He hasn't sailed back into Germany yet. We could put a stop to him. He has 70 prisoners. If we could free all those prisoners, we could get ourselves like an instant army. But I won't be able to stop him on my own, and we need more lords. Someone is assembling an army. Margaret is. But I don't know how many leaders she has summoned. She currently has an army of 200 troops. If she arrives anytime soon, we can put a stop to George once and for all. Hold on, the enemy army is scattered. They've run out of influence. Now's our chance to attack. Never mind, they're all gonna sail out of Britain and just flee. Well, shit. So not only have they taken all of our land, they sailed into mainland Britain, something that no enemy has managed to achieve for years, and they also managed to escape unharmed. As far as this war is going for the Germans, they are 100% winning. I am on the verge of being bankrupt. I can barely afford food to feed the men. Speaking of food, I should probably get some because we only have like 8 days worth. But we currently have 40 soldiers who are willing to serve me. I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to sail back into mainland Europe. We have crossed back into enemy territory. We're not going to join the army and assist them with this siege because I think a lot of people are going to end up dying. And to be honest with you, we won't be able to defend it. The Germans are just going to come back with an army once again, and they're just going to take it from us. I can't see us putting a stop to them. The only thing we can do now is try and profit. We need to find lords who are on their own. We need to take advantage of their situation. We need battle loot to sell. We need anything at this point. There are 2 lords at this village. If one of them moves on, we could fight the other and bring them down. But if they stick together, I'm not going to be able to stop the 2 of them. We do have Frederick William here. He has more men than us, and they're probably more experienced. They are mostly infantry, which means they're all near enough grenadiers. Why is he not chasing me? Does he have no interest in battling me? Do you not want to fight? Get out here, Frederick. Are we that much of a nobody that no one really cares who I am? I had to chase him to get the fight. Are we that insignificant that he really just didn't care? We shall meet each other on the battlefield. My army of entirely colonial militia, the lowest of the low, versus his army, which is mostly grenadiers. He almost has more grenadiers than I even have soldiers. If we can form a nice big musket line, maybe we can kill the grenadiers from range before they get close enough to cause absolute devastation. The battlefield is a nice open field. There's literally pretty much nothing in sight. Much better than the French villages we used to battle at. I formed 2 firing lines. We're spread out as far as we can. Hopefully, we can put a stop to them. I'm wondering if now that I've lost my musket, would it be worth getting a horse? Maybe I can do drive-bys on the enemy. I just run around on a really fast horse throwing grenades. Maybe that should be our new playstyle. I just run circles around the enemy throwing grenades, disrupting their lines, breaking their formations, while the men form a firing line and just chip away at them. And we have taken down the one cavalry that he had. I don't like how many bullets we had to shoot though, lads. It was just one guy on a horse. The grenadiers are almost within range. Alright, soldiers, just keep firing. Fire away, men! Fire away! I was not expecting the Germans to be as spread out as we are. They do outnumber us, which isn't ideal, so if they form their own firing line like they have, it's gonna prove to be devastating. I'm gonna use this little mound to get closer, and I didn't get as close as I had hoped. I think we've been wiped out due to my inexperience and the German superiority. Well, this did not go to plan at all. I am clearly a fraud. Maybe it is time to give up our title of Lord. I don't think we are worthy of such a title anymore. I have led countless of men to their deaths. We have achieved nothing. All of our work undone. I am locked away inside a dungeon. I have no gold. I can't really build an army anymore. As far as the war goes, we are losing. And we are losing pretty badly. What does one do in this situation? Is it time to retire? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Can Lord Gwaggles bounce back from this devastation? Or is it over? Is it time to find another mod? But that is going to be it for this part of the series. As always, a big thank you to the Gwaggles members for your continued support. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, see ya.